Hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today I'm back with more cut content, and this time we will dive into one of the powers Ainz Ooal's red orb has. But before we're going to do so, let me thank my Patreons for supporting this channel, as well as all users of the YouTube thanks function for making one-time donations. Now with all of that said, also please check out my fantasy channel. Now, with all of that really said, let's dive into the power Ainz Ooal's red orb has. And as stated by Ainz Ooal in the 11th novel, the orb has a couple of abilities, and one of these is very effective against dragons, and this was stated by Ainz also in reference to a report of Nina. This is the girl from Swords of Darkness. And Ainz Ooal also made this reference to the world item's power when he was talking about Yggdrasilian dragons, basically the ones that Aura and Mare used to land in the courtyard of the Baharut Empire. And despite the dragons being very strong, having high HP, magic resistance, the ability to fly, and their breath attack, as well as many magical abilities, Ainz Ooal was quite confident that his world item would be able to prevail. And I said it before and I will say it once again. Many aspects of Overlord were inspired from Dungeons and Dragons, so therefore we might learn a lot more about the orb's abilities, or at least make some educated guesses by consulting some Dungeons and Dragons lore. And given the fact that Ainz Ooal is a sorcerer king, with a negative karma of -500, that wields a red orb with what appears to be mist inside, it could very well be that at least the part of the anti-dragon effect had been inspired by the Orb of Dragonkind, an item that was able to call dragons and to control them. And in Dungeons and Dragons it is said to contain the essence of an evil chromatic dragon. And given the fact that Ainz Ooal's red orb is, well, red, it could perhaps be similar, and the power of a powerful red dragon is at least in part contained within Ainz Ooal's orb. And at least in D&D, red dragons were the classical tyrannical and destructive evil dragons, so it would fit in within the greater themes of Overlord and Ainz Ooal's character build. So at least some aspects of the red orb seem to be bound to this particular lore of Dungeons and Dragons, while the rest of the functions might be more tied to undeath itself, given the fact that only Ainz Ooal can use the red orb, that this world item is exclusively his. It could be assumed that the world class item is also in part inspired by a phylactery, a vessel of a lich's soul, and that the power of the orb is also tied to necromancy, negative energy, rebirth, and restoration. It might even be able to regenerate Ainz Ooal even when his body gets completely destroyed, with nothing left to revive him. Just like a normal lich could still regenerate its form from basically nothing. And there are speculations that the orb could also protect Ainz Ooal from Longinius, the world-class item that was basically able to erase any player permanently from the game of Yggdrasil. And seeing draconic and undead powers so close to each other also wouldn't be something that is unknown in Dungeons and Dragons, because Dracoliches are a thing. They are undead dragons, and we have seen undead skeletal dragons made up of bones in the very first season, so maybe Ainz can even transform dragons with his power, which would be really cool. Though with all of that said, while the younger, non-wild magic dragon lords might be highly susceptible to the orb, it might not work at all on the wild magic using old guard of the dragon lords, like Platinum Dragonlord, simply because wild magic cancels out other wild magic. Just for example, when Albedo was able to break through the world separating barrier simply by carrying her world class item Ginun Gagab, while Pandora's Actor was unable to do so. But there's also a silver lining at the horizon, because later in the Great Tomb of Nezarick, Ainz Ooal, at least in the books, had revealed that he was unable to watch the battle via his mirror of remote viewing, because he briefly unequipped his red orb, meaning that without the world item, Ainz Ooal would not be able to see through the world separating barrier with his mirror, and the barrier again is made up of wild magic. So maybe there are ways to still use world-class items against wild magic and maybe even wild magic users, just like the 20 strongest world-class items could still overpower regular world items and their effects. And lastly, all world-class items are confirmed to be wild magic in nature by Platinum and by Cure Elim Los Malvar, the Dragonlord that Ainz Ooal battled in the Evil Eye bonus volume. And given the fact that world items are apparently tied to the transportation and appearance of players in the new world, they will undoubtedly be part of a major revelation later on in the story. So while Season 4 was able to deliver the core plot points of the books and had taken its time for at least the last few battles, the entire world-class item plot has almost been left behind, with Platinum only really thinking about world-class items in relation to how many Ainz Ooal actually might have. And with all of that said, I say thank you very much for watching, and special thanks to Arder Daddy Arder, Bad Guy Ye, Bad Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dead Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Duckwagon, Dunkler Krieger, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Huster, Jacob G, Jonna B, Jason, Chromius, Kyle R, Lee K. Long, Legendarius, Lelouch Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Love Razor, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, Oh Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pentum, Personage, Primus 11, Q Necaricos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rak Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, Vash Hawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon under my next video.